This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, our multi-use stadium is about to become a racetrack for the first round of a national series. The Pokemon craze sweeps Dunedin, with hundreds turning out to catch the virtual creatures as part of a national event. And one of the city's sweetest festivals gets underway with a bang, and some Olympic-style contests. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Hundreds of local gaming fans gathered en masse at the weekend to catch Pokemon with their peers. The Dunedin Pokemon Go event, which began at the Botanic Garden, was one of several of its kind happening simultaneously around the country. And those taking part were happy to get out and about in order to catch them all.
Go Pokemon Go! Hundreds of Dunedin residents joined in with global gaming phenomenon Pokemon Go on Saturday as part of a series of events nationwide. The group began at the Botanic Gardens before swarming to other locations around the city. Long-time Pokemon fan Amber Pachowski was among those hunting for the digital critters, taking time out to explain the game to others.
Most of them are randomly generated, however there are items that you can use to increase the odds of the generated Pokemon as well as increasing their levels.
Pachowski says being one of the organisers for the Dunedin event had its downsides, with it affecting her own gameplay.
On the walk, sadly I didn't find very much because I was too busy organising people, although I know quite a few people have caught larger Pokemon that they wouldn't normally see unless we were in a group like this.
As stereotypes go, people who play computer-based games are typically a bit less social than people who go out and play with others, be it on the sports field or in bands. But Pachowski believes this game is helping to get gamers out and about.
From what I've seen, it's been absolutely incredible, especially for people with children that don't normally socialise and things like that. I've heard stories of children who have started interacting with people that they normally never would have even thought about the possibility of.
Internationally, there have been tales of people injuring themselves by walking into power poles, traffic and other hazards of daily life. However, Pachowski says the 200-plus people who took part locally listened to the marshals and enjoyed a social afternoon of well-mannered frivolity. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
The Otago Regional Council wants to facilitate a community conversation around how to best deal with issues in South Dunedin. For the past 7 years, the council has been collecting information on the suburb's natural hazards for use by both the public and the Dunedin City Council. They now want to take that work further, laying a foundation for scientific work that considers how best to minimise natural hazards in the area. It follows a public meeting last month that saw many community members call on city representatives to front up about last year's floods. A technical report on the issue is set to be presented by the Regional Council tomorrow morning. Dunedin Police have had a busy weekend with several thefts from cars and burglaries in the North Dunedin area. Senior Sergeant Shona Lowe says police received 5 reports of cars being broken into while parked in driveways in the area. She says as well as the North Dunedin incidents, thieves are once again also targeting the car park at Tunnel Beach. A car was broken into on Saturday while its occupants were walking the track. Police are increasing the number of patrols in both the Dunedin North and Tunnel Beach areas as a result. The city's annual homage to chocolate began with a bang on Saturday as Cadbury's colours exploded in the evening sky. The event included an Olympic-style series of sporting contests around the Octagon, followed by plenty of confectionery consumption. And it's just the start of what promises to be a sweet few days.
Let the games begin. The 16th running of the city's chocolate carnival began with exercise, before the obligatory confectionery intake. Children tested themselves against others in rowing, basketball and on an obstacle course. Event coordinator Kylie Rufiu Karawana says this is just the start of the annual event, with plenty more events planned.
We're celebrating that in the Olympic-themed event we've got in the Octagon. So basically it's an opportunity for people to come down and try 6 different Olympic sports, have some fun while they're doing it, get a sticker and then win a chocolate medal.
The series of sporting activities on offer tie in with parent company Mondelez International's sponsorship of this year's New Zealand Olympic and Paralympic teams. She says so far the event is proving popular, with many helpers involved to make sure it all runs smoothly.
Oh gosh, I couldn't put a number to it yet. Maybe I can tomorrow. But in terms of how many people it takes to put Carnival together, we have a team of 2 at Cadbury that work year round to do this. But then we also have our partners. So we partnered today with Sport Otago, and Sport Otago have been fantastic, and they're the ones who are actually manning each of those 6 stations that we talked about.
While waiting for the sun to set, for the fireworks to begin, many danced, proving you're never too old to shake your booty. However, it was all too much for some, who preferred their thumb to chocolate and dad's arms to exercise. Daryl Baser, 39, Dunedin News.
Drift cars from around the world are set to race in a local venue not traditionally used as a racetrack. More than 3,000 square metres of track will be laid at Forsyth Bar Stadium for the first round of a national drifting series, and it's got local motorsport fans excited.
Forsyth Bar Stadium is set to be turned into a racetrack come December, with the venue selected to host the opening round of the D1NZ Drifting Series. The motorsport event will be the first of its kind for the Southern Hemisphere, and those involved in the drifting scene are looking forward to hosting something locally.
A lot of people love it. Very few people have been able to get into it and compete in it just because of the access to it, but for sure there's a lot of people here that definitely go to the events and watch them, and for sure the stadium will be packed out in December.
Black says the local drifting community isn't as big as he'd like it to be, with a lot of that coming down to a lack of access to suitable tracks.
Unfortunately, we don't get a lot of opportunities being this far south. The closest tracks they have are to Christchurch, Timaru, Invercargill and Cromwell. None in Dunedin, so it's a good 2 to 2.5 hours drive to get anywhere. Makes it a bit harder for testing and to get anywhere for the events.
Black says he's interested to see how the stadium will be transformed into a racetrack. It'll be the first time it's been done, but regardless of how it's done, he's planning on getting involved.
We're looking at probably a couple of entries, so if we can get 2 entries in there, then be good for us, and being a local event, we're going to get a lot of support too.
The Dunedin event will be the first of this series, with events also scheduled at Mount Smart Stadium, Hampton Downs and Manfield. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we meet the local student who's about to get first-hand parliamentary experience, and new records are set in a South Island championship.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Wooltech have the experience and the expertise to supply a wide range of high-quality New Zealand-made products and can manufacture customised products to meet your individual requirements. Wooltech, great people, great products, great service.
Hi kids, if you'd like to enter a competition and win a trip for you and 2 friends from home to school in a fire truck, see the competition details below.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to pearsatago.org.nz or call 4777 115. Come one, come all to the Lana Castle Winter Ball. Traditional dancing, dining and fun to be had. Dress up in your Victorian costume and experience the glamour of yesteryear and witness the address of the Haggis. Friday 22nd of July, get in fast as tickets are limited. Call 4761616 or go online to www.lanarkcastle.co.nz. Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
And mums and dads, we've got a great competition for you too. You can win a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket for your home. Just see the details below.
Welcome back. Petrol values are continuing to influence the consumer's price index, which rose a modest 0.4% in the last quarter. Fuel rose 5.3% in the largest upward contribution for the period. It was countered by higher prices for both meat and domestic affairs. The average price of a litre of 91 octane surged to $1.78 over the second quarter of this year. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 33 points. It's now at 7,106. The ASX 200 is up 28 points. To the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar kicks off the week down against all the major currencies we follow. A local high school student is off to Wellington this week to represent the Dunedin North electorate at Youth Parliament. Kelly Stitley was selected by Labour MP David Clark earlier this year. She joins us now to talk about the role so far. Good evening.
Hi.
Why did you apply to be a youth MP?
So the last youth MP in the 2013 tenure was Bok Yong Mun, and she went to my school, and I knew her quite well. And so I got to see her interact with all of the people she interacted with for Youth Parliament, and I saw her be interested in politics and have these great opportunities. So I thought that I should give it a go and apply.
And here you are. How are you finding the role so far?
It's been fascinating. I've absolutely loved it. I've got to meet a bunch of people that David Clark has introduced me to, and I've been engaged with a lot more people in our electorate, and I've really learned a lot more about what David Clark does through his politics, and I found it really entertaining and fun, really.
How closely do you work with David Clark?
Well, quite closely, because I'm able to call him up or email him anytime that I need anything from him. So, for example, my friend Alana, who's on the Dunedin Youth Council, she and I did a podcast for the Dunedin Youth Council on why it is important for young people to vote and be engaged in politics. So for that podcast, I just asked David Clark to come on and give an interview telling us from his perspective what he thought about the voting system and why young people should engage with it. So that was a great way for him to engage with young people in our community and also for young people to engage with him.
What else have you been involved in so far this year?
So the main project that I've gone for with my tenure for Youth MP has been a series of show debates. So I've done that in some North Dunedin high schools, and we've done a bunch of different topics like whether tertiary education should be free or whether we should have voluntary euthanasia or a living wage, stuff like that. So the aim of that is to engage young people and to show them a balanced view of a topical issue so that they can take the facts that we give them, that they can take them away, and they can form their own opinion and become more engaged in politics that way.
Wow. Now, you're also a head girl at school.
Yeah.
Are you finding it difficult to balance your final year of school, head girl, and being a youth MP?
Well, it's been a bit busy, but I suppose that was to be expected for any head student. But at the end of the day, all of my roles, they kind of overlap and they relate in several different ways. So I find that the main way to balance my time is just good time management and not procrastinating from things. And it's not that difficult because I am very passionate about all of my roles, and by being head girl and by being a youth MP, it gives me a broad range of ideas that I can draw things from for my studies, and I find that that helps me be a better student.
What do you think Youth MP Youth Parliament, is all about?
Well, it's a way for all of the young youth MPs from around the country to come together and participate directly in our democratic and political process, and to be able to learn exactly what it is all about, because I'm going there tomorrow actually, and it's just 2 days long. And when we do that, we go through a select committee, we talk about a mock bill, and we learn all of the ways that Parliament works. And it's basically a mock parliament for us to learn about how politics actually functions within our country.
Are you hoping to continue with politics after high school?
I'm not sure if I am going to continue with politics as a career. Next year I plan to go to the University of Otago and study a Bachelor of Law, also with a Bachelor of Arts, hopefully majoring in politics. So I'll continue with it that way, but I don't know if I plan to become a politician. But overall, I know that politics has room for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a politician or not, but what's really important is keeping up to date with all of the topical issues, continuing to engage and continuing to vote so that your voice gets heard, especially young people.
Do you have any favourite politicians?
Well, David Clark, of course, and definitely Jacinda Ardern. I love the way that she's able to just voice her opinions, and I think she's an incredible and inspiring woman, especially for young women like myself.
Kelly Stotley, Youth MP, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, records are set in a locally held championship, but some of the competitors say winning isn't everything, and we'll take a look at the even cooler weather coming our way tomorrow.
Help delay the signs of ageing with Collagen Plus from Silberhorn. Collagen Plus helps supplement your body's own natural production of collagen, giving you firmer, healthier, younger looking skin, shinier, healthier hair and stronger nails. It's restoring your beauty from within, and it's great value. 3-month supply, that's 180 capsules, is just $98. We'll pay the courier charge to you, and we'll give you a luxurious face cream as well, beauty from the inside and the outside. Give us a call today, 0800 502 402.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Come one, come all to the Lanark Castle Winter Ball. Traditional dancing, dining and fun to be had. Dress up in your Victorian costume and experience the glamour of yesteryear, and witness the address of the haggis. Friday 22nd of July, get in fast as tickets are limited. Call 4761616 or go online to www.lanarkcastle.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
We're a 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile. and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
And mums and dads, we've got a great competition for you too. You can win a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket for your home. Just see the details below.
Welcome back. The Highlanders have avoided another long-haul trip to South Africa thanks to a hard-fought victory over the Chiefs. They'll instead head to Canberra to face the Brumbies on Friday night for a sudden death quarter-final. The team has already beaten the Australian side this season, winning 23-10 in Dunedin. Currently, the reigning Super Rugby side is in the 5th spot on the overall standings, just behind the 4th-placed Brumbies. More than 70 of the country's top weightlifters have been in Dunedin for the South Island Championships. A handful of records were set at the two-day event in both the male and female categories, but competitors say it's about more than just winning.
Pushing through the pain, 75 of the country's top weightlifters are giving it their all for this year's South Island Olympic Weightlifting Championships. Dunedin's Savannah Rose Corbett is one of those competing in the women's 75 kg plus category, an opportunity that came after she decided to change her sporting focus.
So I started off doing CrossFit and there's a lot of Olympic weightlifting involved in CrossFit, so we brought a coach in hoping that we'd get better at CrossFit, but he sort of said to me, I think you'd be good at this if you focused on it a little more, and here I am. I just stuck with the sport. Gave up burpees to lift some weight.
A large crowd of supporters was on hand to cheer the competitors on during the two-day event. Event manager Shania Allen says it's good to see people getting behind the sport, especially as it gains popularity locally.
The sport is growing massively in New Zealand. We've got about 400 ranked lifters and they're all signed up with Olympic Weightlifting New Zealand, so there's even more on top of that. The South Island, we've got about 100 lifters, so everyone else in the North Island is just, it's all up there, so the sport's growing down in the south, so it's really important to have everyone come and compete at these competitions, and we've almost got all of our ranked lifters here this year.
Allen, who also lifts, says weightlifting is a sport that requires competitors to battle with themselves to push through and get better. That's something Corbett is thinking about, with progression in the sport her main priority.
I just hope that as long as I don't get injured, I'll just keep getting stronger and stronger and see where I can end up. I'm currently chasing a B grade total, so that's my goal, and then we'll just see how far we can go. So, yeah.
Despite Corbett being the one to take the top spot, it was hugs all around following the women's competition, helping show the softer side of the sport. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's stories on 39 Dunedin News. Forsyth Bar Stadium is set to be turned into a racetrack for an upcoming drifting event, prompting excitement from local motorsport fans. More than 200 Pokemon fans have been exploring the city looking for digital creatures as part of a nationwide series of events. And the Cadbury Chocolate Carnival is underway for another year, with large crowds gathering in the Octagon for the opening ceremony. Well, it's time now to find out what's going to be in Tuesday's Otago Daily Times, and we're joined by Deputy Editor Craig Page. And Craig, you've got some good news.
We have good news in the last couple of hours with the missing Dunedin hunter who was lost down in the Blue Mountains in South Otago. Has been found safe and well just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. He went in on Saturday afternoon, so he spent 2 pretty miserable nights out in the cold. Got separated from his hunting mates on Saturday afternoon. They came out without him, and there's some genuine fears for his safety there. Dozens of people out last night looking for him, but it's all turned well today, so we'll have full coverage of that tomorrow. Hopefully catching up with him at Clutha Health Centre later this evening when he gets the AOK there. So nice. That is good. We're also talking with David Barnes, who's Dunedin's representative in the Mastermind final this weekend, one of 4 people to reach the final, past the heats and then the semi-finals in 2 weeks. And his specialist subject is going to be British Antarctic expeditions to the Ross Sea. So he's telling us how you prepare for such an event like that, and how he remembers some of these difficult questions. So. Wow. And also we're building up to Super Rugby for quarterfinals. Talked to Highlanders great Jeff Wilson, who of course has been following the Highlanders very closely. He's liking what he's seeing at this end of the season. Good win at the weekend. They're off to play the Brumbies this weekend. He thinks they can win that and go all the way and win back-to-back titles, so fingers crossed that he's going to be right. Excellent. Now what's happening in travel? Yeah, we've continuing our Winter Escape series, we've sent our Balclutha reporter Samuel White to New Plymouth for a weekend, of all places. Had a great time, and that's well worth a read tomorrow as well. Lovely, that's it tomorrow's ODT. Thanks, Craig. Thank you. Time now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is today's city view, and it's taken of scaffolders struggling in blustery conditions to install a new roof. And around the city at 3 o'clock today, 10 degrees for the central city, 11 for both the Gardens and the Tyree. Well, to the situation, and a trough of low pressure is due to move over the country later tomorrow. It's followed by more cold sou'westers. And what that means in the main towns on the lower South Island for tomorrow is strong sou'westers and showers for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau. The showers will arrive later in the day for Alexandra with a high of 8 degrees. And sou'westers with showers later on for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, all expecting a top temperature of 8 degrees tomorrow. And Dunedin tonight remaining fine with an overnight low of 3. Cloudy tomorrow with showers and some hail and sleet possibly later on. Fresh to strong sou'west winds with a high of 8. It's the magic number for tomorrow. And on Wednesday, showers clearing, sunny periods increasing with cold gusty sou'westers easing at a high of 7. And to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, low tide tomorrow morning is at 9:45. High tide follows at 3:20. And fishing conditions are average, to say the least. The best time tomorrow will be at about 10 to midday. And that is local news for Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.